Good morning. See the next problem. The following is the record of receipts and issues of a certain material in the factory during a week. So they have given the list of transactions. April 1st, opening balance 50 tons at rupees 10 per ton. Opening balance is nothing but your opening stock. So you have to show this in your balance column. And on the same date only, we are making issued 30 tons. April 2nd, received 60 tons at rupees 10.20 per ton. April 3rd, we are making an issue, that is issued 25 tons, and on the same date only, stock verification reveals loss of 1 per ton. So losses will be considered as issues only and shortages will be considered as issues only. April 4th, received back from orders 10 tons previously issued at rupees 9.15 per ton. Received back from orders means goods returned. So returned goods 10 tons. The price they have mentioned in the problem itself, that is 9.15 per ton. If they have not given the price for the returned goods, see the balance column. What is the price prevailing at the first? That should be considered. April 5th, issued 40 tons. April 6th, received 22 tons at rupees 10.30 per ton. April 7th, issued 38 tons. At what price will you issue the materials using FIFO method? So now you have to tell at what price these issues will be issued to the production department. Now see the first transaction, that is April 1st, we are having the opening balance of 50 tons at rupees 10 per ton. So record this. April 1st, the balance units opening balance will be 50 tons. The rate will be 10 rupees. So if you multiply 50 into 10, you will get the value as 500. And on the same date only, we are making an issue, that is issue of 30 tons. So write the date will be April 1st. Issue quantity will be 30 tons. See, we are having only one balance. So this balance price will be considered for the issue. The price will be 10 rupees. So 30 units to be issued at rupees 10. 30 into 10, you will get the amount as 300. Now, out of the opening balance 50, we have already issued 30 units. The remaining balance will be 20 units at rupees 10 rupees. So total value will be 200. The next transaction is April 2nd, received 60 tons at rupees 10.20. I told if they have given as purchase, if they have given as received, it should be considered as a receipt. So record the date April 2nd. The quantity we are receiving is 60 tons. The price will be 10.2. So if you multiply 60 into 10.2, you will get the total value as 612. Now, the previous balance still not issued will be 20 units. So 20 units at rupees 10, the total value will be 200. And we have make new receipts now, that will be 60 units at rupees 10.2. The total value will be 612. So if you are making the next issue, that should be first from the 20 units and the next from the 60 units. Now April 3rd, issues will be 25 tons and stock verification reveals loss of 1 ton. So April 3rd, we are making an issue of 25 units or 25 tons. So these 25 tons first will be issued from the first balance. The first balance units will be 20 units. So issue 20 units. What's the prevailing price? 10 rupees. So 20 into 10, you will get 200. Still, I want 5 more units because I have to issue 25 units. Out of 25 units, we have issued already 20 units and still I want 5 units. That 5 units will be issued from the next batch. The next batch will be 60. So out of 60, you will issue 5 units. The price will be 10.2. So 5 into 10.2, you will get 51. So out of 60, if you issued 5 units, the balance will be 55 units at rupees 10.2. The total value will be 561. Now the 20 units will be completely over. For the next issues, you have to consider only from the 60 units batch. The next transaction is on the same date, stock verification reveals loss of 1 per ton. So I told losses also should be considered as an issue and shortages also will be considered as an issue. So 1 is the unit or 1 per ton. At what price you will consider? The same first prevailing price, first unit, first prevailing price. So out of 55 units, you are issuing 1 unit. The price will be, here we are having only 1 unit price, that is 10.2. So 10.2, 1 into 10.2, you will get 10.2. So out of 55, if you issued 1, the remaining balance will be 54 units. The price is 10.2. The total value will be 550.8. So losses will be considered as an issue. Then, so we have recorded 25 tons and the loss units also. April 4th received back from orders 10 tons previously issued at rupees 9.15 per ton. So previously we have issued this to production department, but this should be returned back to our stores. So returns will be considered as a receipts. So these receipts tons will be 10 tons, and here they have mentioned the price also, that is 9.15. So consider the same price. April 4th, the return tons will be 10 tons. The price will be 9.15. So if you multiply 10 into 9.15, the value will be 91.5. So I told first you have to write the previous balance. The previously we are having the balance of 54 units at rupees 10.2. The value will be 550.8, and now the returned goods will be considered as new receipt only. The receipts returned goods will be 10 units at rupees 9.15. The total value will be 91.5. If they have not given the price of returned goods, the prevailing first unit price will be considered for returned goods. If they have given the price in the problem itself, consider the same price. Now the next transaction is April 5th issued 40 tons. So we are making an issue, that is 40 tons. April 5th issue of 40 tons. Here we are having the first units will be 54. So out of 54 units we can issue 40 units. The price will be 10.2. So 40 units into 10.2, you will get 408. So out of 54, you have already issued 40 units. The remaining balance will be 14 units at rupees 10.2. The total value will be 142.8, and still we have not issued 10 units. That 10 units also you have to show. 10 units at rupees 9.15. The total value will be 91.5. The next transaction is April 6th, we are receiving 22 tons at rupees 10.30 per ton. So received means receipts. April 6th, we are making the receipts 22 tons at rupees 10.3. So if you multiply 22 into 10.3, you will get 226.6. Now first you have to enter the previous balances. So still we are having 14 units at rupees 10.2. The total value will be 142.8, and 10 units at rupees 9.15. The total value will be 91.5, and the new receipt, that is 22 units at rupees 10.3. The total value will be 226.6. So the next transaction is April 7th, we are issuing 38 tons. April 7th, we are issuing 38 tons. So how you will issue 38 tons? First from the first balance unit. The first units will be 14 units. So first you will issue 14 units at rupees 10.2. the total value will be 142.8. So 14 units will be completely over. If you want further units, you will consider the next unit. So out of 38, if you issued 14 units, still you want 24 units. So I will move on to the next balance, that is 10 units. You will issue 10 units at what price? 9.15. The total value will be 91.5. So out of 38, you have issued 14 units, 10 units. Still I want further 14 units. So now 14 units got over, 10 units completed fully. Now we are having only the balance units, that is 22 units. So out of this 22 units, you will issue the remaining value of 14 units at what price? 10.3. So 14 units into 10.3, you will get 144.2. Now the 14 units at rupees 10.2 completely over, 10 units at rupees 9.15 completely over, and out of 22 units we have issued 14 units. The remaining balance units will be only 8 units at the price of 10.3. The value will be 82.4. So the balance of stock will be, that is your closing stock will be 8 units at rupees or 8 tons at rupees 10.30. The total value will be 82.4. Thank you.